Okay, so we have a Tag Heuer watch, and as you can see, the minute hand has lost all its luminous compound. This can happen usually due to moisture ingress. And as you can see also, the hour hand and the second hand, the luminous compound is darkened. And so we're going to remove the older luminous compound from those two hands as well, and do all three hands at the same time. And the benefit of that obviously is that the three hands will be the same color. If you look at the dial chapters around the edge of the dial, the compound is much lighter, so we want to match that as best as possible. So we'll start by removing the hands from the watch. I like to straighten the hands before removing, less chance of bending them and causing any damage. I'll start by putting a piece of plastic just to protect the dial, because we don't want the hand lifting levers to scratch the dial at all. A little sealy bag will do the trick, as long as it's clean. We just lift them up gently so as not to cause any damage. And there we are. So as you can see, the underside, you can see the older luminous compound there, with the minute hand with it completely stripped off. The hour and the second hands don't look too healthy either. So the tools we're going to use for the job, we have a fiberglass scratch brush. We're going to use that to clean off the back side of the hands. Obviously we need a good pair of tweezers, we don't want anything to ping across the desk. And of course we'll need a blower, we'll be generating a little bit of dust, so we need to blow that away nicely. Now we have this little mixing bowl so that we can mix the compound, and this is the correct color that we want to use, and the binding agent which will harden. And of course we're going to use a couple of old oilers. Well, that's a new oiler. Okay, a couple of old oilers, and those are very handy for applying the compound. Now we're going to set up a little makeshift area for doing the work, and I'm going to use a bit of Rodico here on an old lid. Rodico is like blue tack. We use it for many operations in horology, mostly cleaning off parts, removing dust particles, etc. In this case, I'm creating a couple of little bridges, so that I can lay the hands across, and the luminous compound will suspend itself between the gaps in the hand, but not be affected by anything underneath that gets drawn by some sort of capillary action. So as you can see, I'm going to grab this hour hand and start removing the old compound. Very gently, very slowly. We don't want any damage or scratches to the hand itself, especially to the front side of the hand. You can see it generates quite a bit of dust, so we better use a blower to see where we're up to. There we go, we're still a little way to go. And we just use a fiberglass scratch brush to get rid of any last remaining bits that are stuck to the back of the hand. And there we are. That's the our hand done. Let's move them in a little bit so that we can rest it firmly. We don't want to dig it too deep into the Rodico. It'll be hard to take off without disturbing the new compound once we've applied it. Now we'll just remove this little spot of compound in the second hand. There we are, and we'll just use the fiberglass scratch brush on the minute hand just to remove the old compound that's stuck around the edges. A nice clean surface for the new compound to adhere to. There we go. Now if we just bridge this across the Rodico. And then we'll be ready to mix up some new compound. There we are, ready for the application. In the next video we're going to mix up the compound and apply it.